MMA scene now, coming to you once again with another fight review. Once again, we're going back to Invicta FC 28 this past Saturday in the flyweight division. Again, we're going to have Kaytlin Neil, who's coming in with 1 win, 2 losses, versus Tracy Cortez, who is 1-1. Cortez has earlier made her debut in Invicta, and I was looking forward to seeing her back again if she had fixed some of the things she needed to work on, mostly her cardio. Spoiler alert, she definitely fixed the cardio issues, as she was very aggressive throughout the entire fight and didn't seem tired by the end of it. First round, some sloppy striking. I would say Cortez was getting the better of the strikes overall on the outside, but for some reason she kept going for clinch and takedowns. She was still aggressive with the strikes in the clinch. Neil would also land some strikes, but one thing I noticed Cortez was pretty good at, every once in a while she'd land a nice standing elbow in the clinch that would just, stun Neil a bit. With about a minute left in the first round, Cortez finally gets a takedown, but within like 20 seconds it got reversed, and then Cortez almost immediately was able to scramble to get back up on her feet, and then first round ended with Cortez, the aggressor again, with Neil with her back to the fence in the clinch. I gave the first round to Cortez, partly on the striking, but mostly on the aggression and having the better control in the clinch. One thing she did good was she would work on her wrist control at certain times, and Neil just seemed to not want to let loose. Second round, the theme I would say for most of the second round was dirty boxing. A lot of dirty boxing. Again, Cortez was definitely the aggressor, as she was the entire fight. Neil, for some reason, did not want to let loose, although when she did, and she tried to let loose with her striking and use her reach, it actually worked, but she just did it so little in this fight. Like, she'd do it and she'd land a strike, but then she'd go back to being tentative again. I really didn't understand it. In the second round, it was actually Neil that got the first takedown, but Cortez was like real fast to get back up. Neil didn't secure the position good enough. Cortez was fast to get back up. And then again, Cortez got another takedown with about a minute left, and then she got reversed real quick, but it was almost, so then Neil actually had Cortez's back for about maybe like 35-40 seconds, but Cortez got back up with about 15 seconds left, and once again the round ended in the clinch. Third round, Neil started to land some better strikes. She was getting some good kicks, but Cortez was still the aggressor. Cortez landed a takedown about a minute and 50 seconds in. Cortez was landing some GMP, but Neil reversed at about the halfway mark through the round. Neil was able to get to Cortez's back, but she was very loose on it, and Cortez was able to shuck her off. And Cortez, right after she shucked Neil off, she was fast to get in the mount, and then I can't remember if she was going for an armbar or what, but Cortez got reversed again. So Neil was on top. Cortez worked for a triangle, and Neil was able to get out, and she was working for a guillotine as they were both getting back to their feet. And the round ended with Neil against the fence, but then Cortez reversed it like the last couple seconds, and again, she was the aggressor on the outside to end the round. The judges scored it 30-27, all for Cortez. I agreed, based on Cortez mostly landing the better strikes on the outside. I think she mostly landed the better strikes in the clinch, and she was in control most of the time on the clinch. She got the takedowns. The ground, they basically neutralized each other. Neil had Cortez's back in the third, but wasn't able to do anything with it. So at the end of the day, I agree with the judges. I think Cortez was winning based on the better overall striking and aggression with the ground. They mostly neutralized each other on the ground. Things to work on. Cortez needs to, calm down a little bit. She's like, in a way, it's good that she's aggressive because it works for her, but she's too aggressive. She doesn't slow down enough to control the position that she's in. And one other thing she needs to work on, if you're doing good on the outside striking, stay with that. You don't have to go for the clinch and the takedown every time. I don't know if she was worried about the reach of Neil, but, as I'm going to go work on for things to work on for Neil, if you have a reach advantage and you can throw the strikes and use that reach to your advantage, use it. Don't be afraid to use it. Neil was just too hesitant in this fight. And then when she was able to get the reversals on a takedown, it was the same thing with Cortez. She didn't secure the position before going for anything, so that, she was able to get reversed very easily. As far as matches to make, I'm not going to go into that. They're both really young in their careers, and Cortez is now has a winning record, whereas Neil is down to 1-3. It's a lot harder to match up with that. Neil, she might stick around in Invicta. I don't know if Invicta will have her back with a losing record. She'll probably go down into the smaller regional promotions where maybe she'll get some much needed wins and experience. Guys, let me know what you thought about the fight in the comments below. As always, hey, let me know what you think about my reviews, and what are you waiting for? Subscribe to WMMA now, the fastest growing women's mixed martial arts platform on YouTube.